Picture this. You're standing in front of the Byodoin Temple. The morning light glow is reflecting off the pond and there's hardly another soul around. Well, that's the perfect ideal situation, isn't it? In this video, I'll reveal whether the morning or the afternoon could potentially give you this dream experience, or are you going to get big crowds and a stressful visit? So here's what I'll cover in this video. How were the crowds in the temple when we visited? What's inside and what was our experience? And what other things are around the temple area? Stick around because these answers will transform your trip into the perfect day. A couple of weeks ago before this trip, I actually took some visitors from Australia to this area. And I was thinking I'll just stop in, we're going to take a walk along the river, and it was a big mistake. The streets leading up to the temple were packed. It was sweltering hot because it's summer now, and we knew we're not really going to have a great experience in that temple. So we opted out at that time and we didn't get the tickets. I just thought I'll go back another time with the family and hopefully the crowds will be less at that time. So today we're trying the morning instead. I mean, you might be lucky though, but that was just our experience. I don't know about you, but I prefer peace and quiet, and I at least try to hope that I'm alone and I'm enjoying the space without crowds. I want to soak up that Zen garden feel without the crowds, and I just really want to enjoy the peace. So whether you're planning a family trip or a solo adventure, stick with me and we'll work out whether morning or afternoon will be a better option for you to visit the Byodoin Temple so you can avoid being disappointed on your day. So let's start with the crowds. Arriving early around 8:45 a.m. So we just got there at the open time. There were about 10 or so people in front of us in the line, but we waited a couple of minutes and we got our tickets and we walked straight in. Oh, by the way, tickets cost 700 yen per person. But here's the thing. We were sitting near the front of the temple, admiring it, and by about 9:20, the interior tours of the temple were already booked out until 11 o'clock because they have crowd limits. So compare that to the afternoon when the tour groups come. I'm sure it was much quieter. So next, let's talk about the experience inside. In the morning, the temple grounds are so serene. You can hear the birds and there's a still peace in the air without too much talking or crowd noise. The Zen gardens and the koi pond feel really peaceful and hardly any visitors around. Even the souvenir shop in the middle of the ground is quiet and it's perfect to have a little browse. Restaurants and cafes around that area, they're actually closed in the morning, which adds the calm feel to the whole area because there's no vendors selling things and no chatter at the restaurants or cafes. My teens loved watching the koi fish in the pond and there were no real crowds around them. Nobody else was really interested in the fish. A big contrast to probably the afternoon visits. In the afternoon, it probably gets noisier because of that foot traffic picking up. Oh, by the way, if you have time, check out the Hoshokan Museum. It's included in the ticket price and it's quite a spot to see the temple artifacts. The main Phoenix Hall interior where the Buddha is, there's crowd limits on there, and for that reason we ended up skipping going in there. We'll go another time. Now photos, you might want to take some photos while you're there. For those special photos, really morning light or late evening light is the best. So between 8:45 when they open and 10 o'clock, it's going to give you the best shadows and the light intensity. So it's a great time for that. And of course there's the fewer people, so you can get clear photos without anyone walking in the frame. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's no photos and drawings inside the museum. It's probably because it's going to hold up people and safety and get the flow going through the museum. So there are golden phoenix replicas on the roof. So if you're really keen on that, snip and take a shot when you're outside. Let's explore outside the temple in the arcade streets. So as you walk to the temple, or when you're leaving, there's lots of shops, cafes and restaurants. So Uji is famous for its green tea, and in the mornings its arcade streets are quiet, perfect for a relaxing stroll before the shops start opening. So my wife and kids loved walking through. They're soaking up the calm as you're starting to walk to the temple. But as you leave, you can visit a tea house for matcha or even ramen or just cups of tea. And you can make your way further down to the Uji River and maybe get a family group photo if you're interested in that. But it's really beautiful, that bridge across the river. So morning visits means you've got it out of the way and you can get back to the train or your car, and you've still got more time in the day. So for practical tips on this trip, bring comfortable shoes because it's a fair walk, 10-minute walk along the bridge and the temple and the arcade. And if you want to see the Phoenix Hall Buddha and the interior, you better get there early and allow time to book that extra slot, and it's an extra ticket. Now, you know about the best time to visit the Byodoin Temple and explore Uji and around that area, but you're probably wondering how to get there smoothly. So since many of you will drive, just like I did with my family, you'll need to know about Japan's driving rules to avoid stress on the road. From navigating the narrow Uji streets to understanding the parking signs or getting there safely. So don't miss my video, the 6 essential driving tips, and you can watch it right here.